2.5-day France trip. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he embarked on his US visit. He emplaned for Washington, D.C. And in yet another special gesture, you had French President Emmanuel Macron, who came to Marseille's airport to see off Prime Minister Modi. Some of those see off visuals on your screens. Both leaders shared a hug at the airport before Prime Minister Modi left for the second leg of his visit from France to the United States. That's that warm embrace between the two leaders. As his France visit concludes, of course, here's a look at the trip marked by strategic discussions and events aimed at enhancing the India-France diplomatic ties. But now, as part of Prime Minister Modi's 2.5-day visit to France, today, on the final and penultimate day in France, the Prime Minister visited the Marseille War Cemetery in Marseille and paid homage to soldiers who died in the First and the Second World Wars. This, of course, includes the Indian soldiers as well. The ceremony to pay homage to soldiers who died in the First and the Second World Wars. It also included several Indian soldiers who fought valiantly and displayed utmost grit. The Prime Minister said, and I quote, "All the brave soldiers answered the call of duty and fought with unwavering courage. They shed their blood in the hope of a better and more peaceful world. Many of them never returned, but their heroism will continue to be remembered for the times to come." But then again, there were other programs to deepen Indian-French ties as well. They were also lined up. Now, the two leaders, they inaugurated the new Indian Consulate at Marseille, marking a new chapter in the India-France ties. Now, the Consulate is expected to serve as an important bridge, strengthening our cultural, our economic, and of course, our people-to-people connections between India and France. Well, now, Marseille's links with India are well known. During the First World War, it was an important base for Indian troops. And this city has close link with Veer Savarkar as well. Marseille is also a key gateway for the India-France ties due to its strategic location on the Mediterranean coast. It is also among the most prominent entry points for the India-Middle East Europe Economic Corridor, the IMEC project that everybody is betting big on. Now, the Indian community over there in Marseille, it was very enthusiastic about a new consulate in Marseille. Here are some of the glimpses from the warm welcome during the program and the rousing welcome that the Prime Minister received over there. Everybody waiting for the Prime Minister just to catch a little glimpse of the main man. But the Prime Minister and, of course, Emmanuel Macron then both looked to strengthen maritime ties in Marseille as well. Prime Minister Modi and Emmanuel Macron, they visited the control room of the CMA-CGM, a global leader in shipping and logistics. As India looks to expand its maritime and trade networks, collaborations with industry leaders is of course set to play a crucial role in boosting connectivity, supply chains and economic growth. We are also working towards enhancing India-France cooperation in logistics, sustainability and global trade, reinforcing our shared vision for a better maritime future, is what the Prime Minister said on the social media platform X. Now, the Marseille port, why is it important? Because it is considered that key entry point for the India-Middle East Economic Corridor, a trade route aiming to connect India's west coast to Europe via the Middle East. Of course, Saudi Arabia playing a crucial role there, marking Marseille as a strategically important location for facilitating this trade between India and Europe due to its position on the Mediterranean coast. And as a major port city on the Mediterranean, Marseille serves as a gateway for goods traveling along the IMEC route, enabling easier access to the European markets from India and vice versa. And this connection is crucial for boosting trade and economic cooperation between India, the Middle East and Europe. In Europe, you've got three essential ports. We have the Piraeus in Greece, you've got the Messina in Italy and Marseille in France that will play that crucial role. Additionally, the project also encompasses various infrastructure components that France has, it is willing to take part in, such as railway networks, ship-to-ship rail connections. You've got road transport routes, electricity cables, hydrogen pipelines, and high-speed data cables and connectivity as well. Let's also bring the viewers up to speed within what has happened in terms of sovereignty and security partnership, because India and France are taking their defense partnership to new heights as well. A joint statement read that collaboration on the Scorpene submarines is progressing with a focus on indigenization and advanced combat systems. The commissioning of the INS Vagshir in 2025, it marks another milestone in India's naval strength. Just this year, 15th of January, is when India commissioned the INS Vagshir, and talks are also advancing on joint development in missiles, jet engines, and helicopter engines as well. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he has invited France to explore the Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launcher as well, a move that could further boost defense ties between these two countries. In another big step, India has been included as an observer in the Eurodrone mail program, strengthening its role in advanced aerial systems as well. So when we're talking about partnership on the sovereignty and the security front, you've got the Pinaka launching vessel, and of course you've got the INS Vagshir, the sixth and final Scorpene submarine that was commissioned just this year, 15th of January, along with two other naval platforms, the INS Vagshir and the Pinaka, on your screens as well. But then again, when we're talking about the future of sustainable energy, Prime Minister Modi and the President of France, Emmanuel Macron, they jointly visited the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, ITER. This is still under construction in Cadarache in France. And the leaders were welcomed by the Director General of the ITER. This was the first visit, mind you, by any head of state or head of government to the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, one of the most ambitious fusion energy projects in the world today. And during the visit, the leaders appreciated the progress of ITER, including the assembly of the world's largest tokamak design, where ultimately 500 megawatts of fusion power will be produced by creating, containing, and controlling burning plasma, just like the sun, emulating what happens on the sun's surface. And the leaders also appreciated the dedication of the ITER engineers and scientists working on the project. Let's tell the viewers what the ITER exactly is all about. It is currently under construction in Cadarache in southern France, like I mentioned. The aim of the project is to create a nuclear fusion as a clean source of energy by building a massive experimental fusion reactor. It's already underway. And the goal is to prove the scientific and technical acumen and viability of fusion power on a large scale. It involves multiple countries. It's an international project like the European Union, which has the most share and is the host. But you've got China, India, Japan, Korea, Russia, and the United States, all part of this project. And if successful, mind you, this could pave way for development of commercial fusion power plants, could potentially provide a clean and virtually limitless energy source. The ITER, it uses a magnetic confinement device to contain the plasma during this large-scale fusion process. But that's all that happened today. Yesterday was the AI summit. So what exactly happened on Tuesday? You had Prime Minister Modi and Mr. Macron addressing the AI Action Summit and the 14th India-France CEOs Forum in Paris, a little sneak peek that's coming your way as well. Speaking at the event, Prime Minister Modi said, this is more than just a business event. It's a convergence of the brightest minds from India and France. Here's a quick report. Take a look.
Thank you, friends. Thank you, sir. AI is reshaping our polity, our economy, our security, and even our society. AI is writing the code for humanity in this century. India has successfully built a digital public infrastructure for over 1.4 billion people at a very low cost. We have made digital commerce democratic and accessible to all. This vision is the foundation of India's national AI mission. To build on the momentum of this Action Summit, India would be happy to host the next summit. आप सब भारत फ्रांस स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप को भी मजबूती दे रहे हैं। आप सब इनोवेट, कोलैबोरेट और एलिवेट उस मंत्र को लेकर के चल रहे हैं।